More
results.
progress.
Oh my god, there's a massive spider on your forehead.
Where? Get it.
Ah!
Oh my god. I got it. I killed it.
Oh my god.
It's fine. I killed it. Man, it's refreshing.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Hello.
75 days complete. High five.
Oh,
Quarantine. Finished it all.
finally.
Finally. We talking about like the experience.
Sure. How was your experience?
Let's start with you.
Andy Frisella made, it's just a chart, and he made a challenge that is supposed to challenge basically discipline and like consistency.
What do you call it? Like a mental.
Oh yeah.
something.
Oh yeah.
Mental toughness challenge.
Mental
is what he
toughness
called it.
challenge. There
It's
we
not
go.
even like a workout diet thing. Like it's more of like a, if you can do this, then props to you.
He says, what would you say if I told you I could show you how to 100 times the following traits in you? Confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, self-belief, fortitude, gritness, and completely transform your life in 75 days. So, it does. Reading it makes you motivated until you read the rules.
Until you see what you have to
Until
do,
you
and
see
then
what
you're
else
like,
you have to do. Yeah, and you're like,
Let's just say, quick disclaimer here, I didn't want to do this, and Amy was like, okay, this is the only way I'm doing a challenge with you, is if we do this one, and I was like,
well, you wanted to do, you were like,
I wanted to do like
an
an
easy
8-week
version.
easier version of 75 hard.
Yes.
And she was like, nah, nope.
I told her if I was to do a challenge, this would be the
I
one.
will say that I've learned a lot about food, a lot about my body, and a lot about like things that I like that I didn't think that I would like yoga and running.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never thought that I would like running ever.
Me
and
too.
Love running now.
Mm-hmm.
I never would say, let's go for a run.
Let's go for a run, you guys.
Nobody
Not.
says that.
Nobody.
But
Well, my
apparently
friend
we do
does, but
now.
Now we do.
We didn't get to work out much together because of the whole quarantine thing, but we did like a few times, and that was nice.
Yes.
It's definitely nice having someone to keep you accountable and do it with you, because there were a few times that she showed up at my house to kick my butt into gear because I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yep. Those were the late ones.
Do I have to?
And then when we would, like we'd have one workout left, and it'd be 11 o'clock at night.
Oh my god.
So we
that
just
happened so
FaceTime
many
each other.
times.
And let's just do this yoga together.
Let's just do it
FaceTime.
together.
Just get it over with.
If we do it together, at least we're keeping each other accountable and knowing that we're actually doing it.
Yep.
So.
Well, and our watches too have
Oh,
also
yeah, she
helped.
made me share my stuff with her to make sure that I did my 2 workouts a day. And if I didn't, she's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you wearing your watch? Put your watch on.
Well, and then Caroline took your watch a couple times.
Yeah, she lost it a few times. But
Yes.
I still did it.
Yes.
Still did it.
Still did it.
To take the picture.
The picture was hard. Like
That
you
sounds
had-
dumb, but it's like the small detail that like if you forget, you have to start over.
Yeah, and I in the beginning set like an alarm on my phone to like do it, and it took me like a week or two because it takes 21 days to build a
form
habit.
Yeah.
And but this challenge was 75 days. Mm-hmm.
But we did it.
The rules is follow a diet.
Any diet. So I did meeting macros, and she did like the whole diet, whole foods.
Yep. I did paleo-based diet. Well, it was basically paleo. And the only 2 exceptions were legumes and grass-fed butter. But other than that, I didn't have any dairy besides the butter. No cane sugars and everything, so that was a tough one. But I didn't have sugar. The only sugar I did have was like coconut sugar or whole leaf stevia.
You at Smoothie King.
Oh, and the Smoothie King. Oh,
She was so upset
that was
she couldn't have a
that was
smoothie.
the worst moment.
She kept asking them like, "What's in the juice?"
Yeah, is there sugar in is there added sugar in the juice? I don't know. How do you work there and not know?
Just look at the thing.
Yeah,
just look at it.
I was like, never mind. I'm just not
Just forget
getting
it. I'm just gonna
anything. I was like, honestly, I just want a plain smoothie. well, like, we can try to do this. I'm like, you
Just
know what?
forget
Should have
it.
just gotten a Jamba Juice, honestly. They would have just thrown shit in there for me. I would have been fine. I would have been fine.
Read 10 pages of a book a day.
Yep.
I feel like I finished like 4 or 5 books.
I think I got to my,
Because mine were pretty short, I guess.
I finished 3. My first book, I was already into it previously. So I finished 3 whole books, and then the last one I started was, it's a hunting book that my husband got for himself that he didn't really read, so I read it.
Okay, book, a gallon of water a day.
Those are some late nights for me.
That blows. Like, that's just...
Well, and then on top of that, like, you weren't used to that. I was already used to drinking a gallon, so,
See,
like,
I didn't drink, like, any water before this. And
yeah.
I mean, I did. Maybe, like, a cup or 2 a day, but never, like, a gallon. I don't think I've ever drank a gallon a day my entire life. And so, like, I got super sick in the beginning. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I was having to, like, add Pedialyte to my water at all times because my body wasn't used to it. And then once I did, like, it felt so much better, but... yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah,
No.
and that happens to a lot of people. I was just previously used to drinking so much water, even if it's just half a gallon a day. I was already like used to that amount. So, and I had done previously a gallon of water for like a month. So I kind of my body already knew what like that much water was doing to me.
Forcing yourself to do anything though is so much harder.
Oh, especially drinking my water at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That I almost threw up my water.
Like,
well, I stayed up one time till like 1, finishing my water, and
I've done that multiple times during this thing where I'm like working out and doing my water at the same time. Like, oh my god.
oh my, I can't work out and drink the water because then when you do the jumping thing, all you feel is like sloosh, and you're like, ugh, like, ugh.
Yeah.
So I chug it after my workout, but like the one time that really got me was at 1 in the morning, and I chugged it. I finished reading my book, chugged it, and I got up, and I almost thought all the water was just gonna come back out of my throat. Like,
oh, no.
it was sitting like just right here. Like I could have bent over, and all the water would have come out.
It's
Like
the worst feeling ever.
oh, that was the hardest. That was the hardest night.
Yeah, it's a day. One of them has to be outside. I don't think that part was very difficult. In the beginning, I felt like it was a lot harder. But
Well,
then,
it was
like,
cold.
And then
in the
once it
beginning.
started like warming up, we could go for walks and runs and stuff, and that was like way better.
Yeah.
And then no cheat meals, no rest days.
No cheat meals, no rest days, no alcohol.
Yeah, no alcohol. That one, oh man, I don't drink very often, but we were stuck with our children for like the whole 2.5 months, and that one got me. There were a few days where I was like, I'm about done with this.
Yeah. Well, like you say, you don't drink very often, but like
I do compared to like
but
you.
I really don't drink very like once a month. Like
Before the challenge, I was probably having like 1 or 2 a night.
yeah,
And so with
which
that,
is like mom average.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then on the weekends, it would be like, oh, I can have 3 White Claw and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like except I don't like White Claw,
Yeah.
but me, I like.
Well, before I was doing like
Didn't-
whiskey, and
Oh
now
God, yeah, I'm ready for a Jack and Coke right
yeah, so good.
now.
But then now it's like, all right, whiskey, like all that has a lot of stuff in it. Like, the White Claws have like pretty much nothing in them. So had 5 of those puppies last night. It was real great.
Yeah, 1 bottle of wine and a beer later.
Dude,
For me, and I was like, wow.
I feel like after not drinking for so long, like any amount, like after the first one, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling it. This is not good. It's not good.
Oh, and take a picture.
Oh yeah, progress.
That was the other one.
We've done this for 75 days and we don't even remember.
Yeah. No, yeah. Taking the picture for sure was difficult.
I had it written on my mirror the first like month, I think.
I thought my baby was crying.
Your baby that's not here.
The baby that's not here? Yeah, that one. Luckily, we had some questions.
We posted a Q&A.
We did. Shockingly, I thought there would be thousands of questions, but
How dare you guys?
how dare you? Oh, I'm just kidding.
I think I got like 5.
Yeah, I
2.
think I got like a couple. Some of
Yeah.
them are these.
Yeah, like the collab DM me for the
Yeah, and I'm
collab.
like, ugh, I'm not in the mood for that.
Yeah.
Unless you're a ghost or
Yeah.
Buff Bunny.
Yeah.
My
Stay
mom,
out of my DMs.
my mom called me last night. She's like, "Why don't you be a Buff Bunny affiliate?" And I was like,
It's not something you could just sign up
I know.
for, Mom.
I was like, I can't really sign up. Like, they have
I
to reach
wish.
out to me, and I have to
Buff
like,
Bunny?
you know,
Where you at?
yeah, like, I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's see. What was the most challenging food you had to give up? Lauren, you go first.
Oh God. See, here's the thing. With my diet, I could still eat stuff that I wanted as long as I met my macros. And I feel like in the beginning it was like I wasn't like meeting them, but I wasn't going over them, so I was like, it's fine, like whatever. And if I would have met them, because for the last like 2 weeks Amy made me send her my macros every day, and so like if I would have met them the entire time, I feel like I would have lost more weight
Or like seen more, maybe
like better
more
results.
progress.
Oh my God.
Thank you for telling me there's a massive ass spider on my forehead after the fact. I was like, wait, I didn't even feel it.
It's terrifying.
Okay, so, but
The food. Anyways, I could still eat pretty much like whatever I wanted, but not,
But it had-
not whatever I wanted.
it had to be within your macros.
Yeah,
of
so
the day.
I gave up red meat the entire time because it had too much fat in it, and I struggled with that only because my iron would get so low that I like felt like I was gonna pass out at all times.
Yeah.
So I started taking iron supplements, and I have felt a little better after that, but that was tough for me because all I really wanted was like a massive burger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that were the case, like hitting the macros, like I would go to Five Guys and get the lettuce.
But they have so much
Fun.
fat in the like.
Yeah, but you just plan the rest of your day. You just can't have like peanut butter or like whatever else around it. But if I wanted a burger, I'm going to Five Guys and getting
True.
a nice little
I did have
lettuce.
one burger the entire time.
Mhm.
I did eat a lot of turkey burgers, but it's just not the same.
No, the only turkey burger I've actually enjoyed is that whiskey cake.
Well, I made my own.
Well, yeah, but everything's been closed, so like can't do anything anyways.
Sucks.
Okay, I think for me, it wasn't. I guess because
I mean, the cane sugar and
The
like, stuff for
cane
your
sugar.
coffee, like
yes, so I couldn't have my normal Starbucks coffee. That was one. When I ordered the Americano, that was the only like thing I could get was an Americano that with water, and then
Gross.
with the agave, because at Starbucks the honey has added sugar in it. Because if you don't look at the stuff, I even looked online to look at everything that was
yours was
in it.
so much harder than
It was
mine.
extremely
I don't
strict.
know why you picked that.
I mean, I felt like I was close to paleo anyway, and like
yeah.
I don't know, learning how food affects you physically
For sure.
has like just, and I didn't track calories or anything, like just eating whole food.
Like pretty much
And-
listening to your body. And
Yeah,
eating
and knowing
healthy.
like, okay, like I want some avocado toast, like I'm gonna get avocado toast, you know, like. But so that was hard. M&Ms I think were difficult because they obviously have sugar, but I love chocolate. I know you don't like chocolate.
It's growing on me because of that oatmeal.
Oh, that oatmeal, yeah.
Oh man, that oatmeal's so good.
So I actually had to make my own chocolate, which had a couple fails, but that's okay. I figured it out finally, and I made that whole paleo chocolate cake for my birthday.
It's impressive.
It was delicious.
Like that's.
I ate that
really
thing
impressive.
for 3 days. It was so good. So I obviously I can't consider that like a cheat because it's paleo. Yeah.
It's still within your diet.
Yeah. Anything with cane sugar the most.
Yeah.
Cane sugar is addicting. It does the same thing as cocaine to your brain, and I didn't think about it, but
Just going through some serious withdrawals.
it was bad. I thought, and then I couldn't have any supplements. I think that also messed me up. I couldn't have pre-workout. I couldn't have the protein powder. I even got greens for Mother's Day. Couldn't have that. And I finally had them the other day, and they're delicious. Anyway, but point being, can't have any supplements unless you get the $50 or $60 one tiny pound tub of anything, which I ain't paying for that at all. It was not worth it. Next question. What was the easiest and hardest thing about your journey?
The hardest thing, I feel like, I don't know. We kind of already went over that a little bit, but I feel like it was hard because we have kids. Like, to get in the workouts and, like, have someone watch the kids while we work out, or, like, take them with us. And, like, a lot of the times whenever I would go on my walks, like, the kids would scream the entire time. And, like, that just, it ruins the vibe you're going for there.
I stick my headphones in.
Yeah.
I drown out the screams.
Easiest thing would be, like, just getting the workouts in, like regular workouts, because we were working out all the time before this anyways.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as bad.
We say all the time, but then when you add two
workouts a day.
separate workouts a day.
45 minutes each, that's
an interesting timing too. 45 minutes, not 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it was 30, it would
not
be okay.
An hour, but 45. I think 45 minutes is a sufficient workout.
I think so too.
There are plenty of workouts you can do in 20 minutes to kill yourself, but I do think 45 minutes was is a weird time, but like a good time.
And having no off days. In the beginning, literally, I think within like the first 3 days, I got really, really sick. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Where I had like a sinus infection, like, oh my God, I was so sick. And like, I still had to get my workouts in, still had to drink my water, still had to do all the things. And like, that sucked so bad. So bad.
That was, for you. I had never really get sick, so that was like, I was like, okay, like, whatever.
Amy's like, you're fine, just keep going.
Yeah, just keep doing it. Don't give up.
Just
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just keep going.
Literally every time I would text you and be like, all right, I'm pretty much done with this.
Yeah, you're like,
no,
I'm over it.
You're not.
You're not.
You're not.
No. I think the hardest thing for me was taking the picture every day. Yeah. Just because when you look every day, you don't really see progress every day. Yeah. And you're like,
sometimes it's discouraging.
It is. So, especially those days, when you're on your period and you're like, all this water weight you're still holding on to.
Yes.
Especially drinking the gallon of water, and then
for sure.
If you ate something yesterday, then you're bloated.
Oh God. You remember that one day where I looked like I was like 30 weeks pregnant?
Jesus. I was like,
I ate like some sort of chili with beans in it or something, and I sent Amy a picture, and I was like, I'm pregnant. Like, look at my stomach.
I was like, you were fine an hour ago. Like,
but
no. Then the next morning, she like totally went down.
Different.
Yeah,
and I was like,
okay.
What the heck?
Yep.
So yeah, that sucks.
Something in your chili was not agreeing with you.
I will never eat it again. It was so
like,
awful.
I'm not in the mood for chili anymore. Okay?
Never.
So that I think was the hardest for me, was watching every day, trying to take a picture and being like, nothing's working. Yeah, and you're looking at it now and
you're like, dang.
Oh my gosh. Well, even then, when we did 10 days to each other, like we sent 10 days, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's stuff that you don't notice.
It's wild.
And then
even the small little tweaks in your body that you see in those pictures, like it's so crazy.
This one over here has abs. Slight jealousy. That's okay. I just think
my
body
the best abs, all right.
Well, no, but I just don't think. I think yours is more like also genetics, because I genetically I've never had abs in my life.
Neither have I. I have never had abs. Not even whenever I was like doing competitive cheerleading.
Yeah. No, I've never. I've always been squishy. Always.
Whatever.
I've never been.
I've always been like thin, like very, very small, like a small person, but I've never had like definition or like a six pack or like.
The only definition I ever had in high school was my sometimes my legs, but my arms for sure. Those were pretty defined. But everywhere else was like, and everybody's body's different, like.
Look at him doing those burpees over there.
I know. Oh, kill it. Oh God, I'm not even doing that today. What was the easiest thing?
Getting out of bed in the morning and finding the will to do it.
Waking up in the morning. Waking up in the morning and then for me it was starting my water.
Dude, it always
But anyway,
sucked.
it was like okay.
Finishing it and then having to wake up and do the exact same thing the next day.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I feel so accomplished. I did all this stuff today. you go to sleep, like, feeling good, and you wake up and you're like, son of a, I have to start completely over every time.
But yeah, was that considered the easiest
No,
part?
that's the hardest.
There's so many difficult
so many
things
hard
about
things.
this.
It's
I
called
think the
75
easiest
hard.
was having somebody to do it with. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like if you were alone,
If you were alone, you might have been okay. If I was alone, I wouldn't do it.
I think it was more like an accountability. Having
Yeah.
the accountability. My accountability
For sure.
was her, and then, you know, like sharing it every day. Whatever I ate,
See, I didn't do that.
everything. Yeah. That was the
I did
easiest part for
sometimes.
me. Did anyone have a cheat day?
No.
No.
That's not in the rules.
Nope. Not in the rules. I want to do this, but I need to know, how did you not have to pee every 5 minutes?
You did.
You did.
You did
You
pee
did.
every 5
And
minutes.
if you drank your water too late, you woke up every 2
Oh my
seconds to go
God.
to the bathroom.
Luckily, my kiddo still wakes up in the middle of the night, so I would always wake up and I would like go give her bottle and then run and pee and then come back.
Yeah.
That was like okay.
Did you come up with your workouts day by day or weekly? Oh, it was day by day for me, for sure. When am I going to work out today? I don't know. What? Is there another bug?
It was a spider again.
I killed it.
It was a baby one.
Jeez, spiders everywhere. Nothing was weekly for me. It was definitely a day by day. I was like, what workout am I going to do today?
Well, sometimes I would plan them like the night before, like which ones I'm gonna do. If I was feeling like really good, like I need to get a good workout in tomorrow, or other times I would just get on YouTube and be like, 45-minute this workout or 45-minute yoga, whatever. And that would be it for the day. But there were a lot of times that we made up like our own workouts, like our own hits or our own like arms, abs, legs, whatever. And I felt like, you know, that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I'd literally start writing down a workout and then set my timer interval on. All right, I guess I'm gonna do 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for the next 45 minutes.
God, it's so long too.
It is so long. Would love to know what you ate. That's the hardest part for me, is balancing my diet.
So I felt like we said, like mine was easier than hers, like with the macros thing. We did like the French toast thing a lot, which was like, I used like the 45 calorie bread, and you used like Ezekiel bread, is that right? With like egg whites and cinnamon, milk, whatever. Just
I couldn't
egg
use
whites.
milk. I had to,
used milk.
yeah, so she could use milk. I had to go get the canned from Trader Joe's coconut milk because the other ones have fillers and preservatives in them. So thank God for Trader Joe's, because I love Trader Joe's. Once a week at Trader Joe's was a fun time.
We did that for like breakfast, or like I would do the oatmeal, or yeah, that was pretty much it. That's pretty much all I ate for the whole 75 thing. Which those Kodiak oatmeals are delicious, so I had no problem with that. I would eat them like multiple times a day. And then
Lunch for me, I normally prepped my lunches, so I had like a veggie bowl, like a veggie pasta bowl, and Rayo's makes
It wasn't like actual pasta though. It was.
Oh yeah, it was. I had a black bean pasta that was from Trader Joe's. That's only black beans, and then I had their red lentil pasta, and then they also make the yellow lentil pasta or yellow lentil spaghetti. Do not get the brown rice spaghetti. It's disgusting. Brown rice, it just turns into like this like gummy mush, and I'm like, oh no, can't do that. Nope.
So she did like the pastas for lunch a lot. See, I would still like eat out. I would do like the like chicken deluxe sandwich or whatever from Chick-fil-A, but just get like the wheat bread and then no French fries. I would eat like sweet potato fries from home, and then or some days I would eat French fries and just like fix my macros that way. Or I would eat like a Jimmy John sandwich, or like a sandwich from home, or like chicken. And then like towards the end of the challenge, I felt like I learned more about like what I liked eating. I was doing more like chickens with coatings, and like I started loving broccoli, and I would do like roasted potatoes or sweet potatoes, and that was like really good for me at the end, I think. I feel like that's kind of what showed my results there real good at the end.
The air fryer was my best friend for sure. I could do all my veggies in the air fryer with some avocado oil and pink salt, and that was the best.
Do you feel like you're still gonna eat like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think
Like-
I'm gonna be 100% paleo,
Oh, yeah.
but like I do think that I will keep up a lot of the diet choice, like the chocolate. Like if I eat M&Ms, like normal M&Ms, I get a headache. And I mean, it's not even like within 2 minutes of eating them, I already get a headache.
Well,
if I
yesterday-
make my chocolate, I don't get any headache at all, and I don't get sick. Like I don't get nauseous.
Yesterday was rough.
Ooh,
My
the cheat
stomach
days were
hated
great.
me because of everything that I ate yesterday, and I was like, man, I just feel awful. Today, I've pretty much eaten the same as I did before, so it's like not much different, but yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
I think that this is like definitely a lifestyle change. Like it's something that we're gonna stick to, and maybe not as strict. And I'll definitely take some rest days because your body definitely needs that.
And we need to readjust. I'm gonna start counting macros though.
I'm still gonna stick with my macros. I mean, I even put them in yesterday, even though they were so messed up.
Yeah.
So messed up.
I'm gonna start doing my macros, but I obviously won't be eating like paleo and doing macros because that was rough. Trying to
hit your protein when you're doing paleo.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to eat a lot of red meat, a lot of chicken, which is normal. I mean, but when you get like Kodiak cakes or a protein shake or something,
even like a protein bar, they have so much like carbs and.
So, not being able to have like anything to supplement was hard to if I were to do macros because it was so strict. Did you meal prep during the challenge? I meal prepped my lunches for sure, and I did a lot.
I think I meal prepped like once, and I was like it's nice to have it, but this sucks, and so I didn't do it anymore. I just kind of made up what I was going to eat on the fly and figured like whatever, as long as it meets macros, it should be fine. And I mean, it obviously ended up being fine, so
Yeah.
it wasn't bad.
And once you get like used to like knowing what your macros are and like how much of what you can have, like then you're like, okay, like I can eat this, you know, and like track it, and then
100%.
all right, well I need this much fat left and this much protein left. Okay, well I can have like this much peanut butter and this much of something, a protein shake or something.
I need to have 1 cup of plain rice with butter on it to get my carbs and
Ooh,
fat.
yeah, that's what I did all the time. I was like,
That was me a
ooh,
couple
butter and
times.
rice, bam,
Yeah.
throw it in the microwave.
Which like sucks when you really want like a Reese's peanut butter cup or something. Like
Yeah,
sucks.
it sucks. Especially since I couldn't have a reason. Yeah, that was all the questions.
Okay.
The other one was, what is it? We did the explaining in the beginning. This guy just killing the
Give
game
me
back
vibes
here.
back there. I like this.
Chillis.
Fitness workouts in.
All right, well,
I'm sure we will continue making videos. I sent Amy some good ones that she doesn't like, but
I'm ready to start
might
phase
do it.
1, even though it's the cold shower. I'm not looking
yeah, we are
forward
going to do phase 1 also, which
Yeah.
is the next 30-day challenge.
that you have to complete 70 days or 75 days, and then you can start phase 1. It has phase 1 and phase 2.
Yep.
Right.
It's like a whole year worth of stuff, I think, is what he made it. And it was cool because he started it with a bunch of people the day after we started. On his Instagram, and they just finished it, I guess. Yeah, so super cool.
I loved sharing it on Instagram more than on YouTube. So if you don't have us on Instagram already,
Here's our handles.
but it's pretty. I post daily, obviously, but
I post quite a bit too.
yes,
Not quite daily.
I post daily. And it could be mom stuff, could be fitness stuff. You never really know at this point anymore. Cause
I have mine separate,
yeah,
but
I like mine together. I wanted to do like a prep one for when I was prepping,
Yeah.
but I was like, yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah, forget it.
I'm not doing a whole separate account right now. I'm just gonna do this.
Alright.
Yes! Yay!
It's done. We don't have to do it again. Unless
I-
we want to hate ourselves again. I mean, the results are amazing. But, and we'll put our before and afters in the next little
Yes,
slide.
the before and afters.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.